Superman, a movie where there was a lot of light, a lot of hope everywhere. You see, I like the Zack Snyder Superman, but this do be horror for me like a lot. Today we are covering Superman Legacy, so let's get into it. Wow, first time bro lost a fight and he's sitting a young chapels. We have no idea, but somehow has Superman looking like this. Clark wrestles for Crypto and he comes in for the save, dragging his ass to the comic accurate Fortress of Solitude, so he can be treated by the comic accurate Superman robots under the hidden light of the comic accurate. After Superman don't have all his bones now back in place, he dips. Give us this cool ass fly scene. And who the hell is this skinny bitch? So we cut to the city and this guy in Alma who calls himself the Hammer of Baravia. Yeah, just causing property damage because I know that beam hit no one in that building. And this girl taking selfie in the midst of chaos in this control room. Wait, there's another thing that doesn't make sense around here. Wait. Lex Luthor? Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Superman flies in, the Hammer launches him, grabs him in the neck, give him a right. He zooms in and grabs him by the cape, turns him upside down and grabs him by the neck again. What's up with this dude and choking? He brings him back up and hits him at the back of the dome, sends his ass flying. The Hammer catches up again, grabs him by the leg and started swinging his ass around. So lastly, dropping him at that height, had him breaking concrete. So what if someone was standing there and he landed on that person? Wouldn't that have been like a kill count? Anyway, Superman is looking like this again. And just in case, if you want to know how Superman was done like this in the span of a day, turns out this master original hater, Lex Luthor, has made this entire control room purposely for Superman. This badass man has been able to study fight patterns of Superman so that he can be able to predict his move even before Superman thinks of it. Sometimes you have to respect the dedication. Nigga hates enough, too much, that he has hired people to hate with him. Oh, and this lady was sent by Lex Luthor to find a location of the Fortress of Solitude of Superman. So anyway, this man goes to help Superman get up, and keep this man in mind, he's going to come up later. The Hammer Bravia flies away as the control room of Lex Luthor jubilates for successfully ripping the eyes of the Man of Steel. Shit, I'm gonna have to put this man on Ford watch. Zack Snyder would never. The Hammer flies into this beach, enters into a portal that connects to the control room of Lex Luthor. And when he takes off his helmet, it was revealed that it was Ultraman inside the suit of armor this whole time. It cuts to the next day and Clark Kent is going to work, in his glasses of course. I don't know how brain dead the characters in the Superman movies are. Dude just wears spectacles, and surprisingly no one realizes that this and this are the same people. So after him being a loser at work in the day, he goes in the evening to spend some juicy time with his shawty. And let me say this, I really want to say this. These two spent 40 minutes just kissing. Look, at this point, these two are cheating on their partners right now. You can never date an actress. Have you seen what Morris be doing to people's girls? Whew. Superman tries to spend some time with Lois, but this bitch brings in work to the house. Anyway, this led to an argument obviously, and Superman left. But the next day, Lex and his goons went to the location of the Fortress of Solitude, and it magically appears. So they entered and on sight, Ultraman flies in, crashing this robot and ripping out his cables. The skinny lady transforms her hand to spinning blades and started chopping off heads. Hit this one with a clean slice and a backwards down slash. Pin this one to the pillar and started digging in it. Oh, and peep what she does when she realizes there were more coming.
Oh my god, bro. Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Like seriously, like you don't have just like turned around. Like there was no obligation for you to do that extra shit. Anyway, she throws the razors and they started doing the work for her. Hey yo, but why is you bro all of farming though? When she seemed to be over, Crypto came in and bit a chunk of her face. And I guess she's full robotic nanotech or something. Crypto flies in again, but she uses a nanite to blind Crypto down on him. Crypto, no! Lex made some of his goons release this Makola version of Godzilla into the city to serve as a distraction for Superman so he will not interfere as they try to find something to use against him. Superman was out here saving dogs, and I don't know if these people have zero survival instinct. Superman flies up in the sky and decks it in the face, but he was able to stop it from crashing into the building and preventing unwanted life loss. He breathed fire through the entire building, but Superman tanks it, and he turns around to actually check on the people. Superman is actually caring about life. Zack Snyder could never. Chat, the aura family is too important. Gotta hold the pose real quick. Yes, we see the feet, Messiah. Superman draws his attention as he weaves and dodges all this fire. Flies up to the sky and delivers a cannonball to the face. We look up in the sky and we see the Justice League, the Justice Gang. And they thought that was a tough name. Who came up with that shit? It consists of a Green Lantern, a Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific. And trust me, this dude is my favorite character in the entire movie.
Everybody clear the area!
Yeah, no shit. Superman hits it with a water tank. Mr. Terrific scans it and they blow up his intestines. Right after they save, Lex Luthor dropped the video they stole from his archives, where Superman's parents basically told him, be happy, make the world your home, crack some chicks and make a lot of babies. This message was broadcasted to the entire world, and how these people switch up was insane. They were praising him a moment ago and now people are trying to cancel him. I am telling you, Clark Kent is a better man than me, because if it was me, I would have given them the Homelander treatment, not gonna lie. Clark figures out that the only way they would have had had that information was at his fortress of solitude. So he flies as fast as he could to the fortress. And when he got there, it was mayhem. Everything was in shambles. And the worst part was Crypto was gone. So Superman zooms in into Lex Luthor flipping tables, looking for the dog. Had Lex Luthor rage baiting, calling Crypto an ugly dog in the cave. And I will explain to you the reason why Superman got angry over the dog. Trust me, it's more deeper than that. Superman visited Lois that night and he convinced himself to turn himself in. Jeez, relax, this is voluntary, damn. And instead of them sending him to like a federal prison, they sent him to Lex Luthor, who has created an entire pocket dimension purposely for Superman and his toxic access. This board-hating ass dude has monkeys, hundreds of monkeys, whose only goal is to go online and type hate comments purposely just to drag this nigga. And to ensure Superman's vulnerability, he held Element Man hostage so he can give Superman kryptonite poisoning through his entire prison time. That's tough. Oh, and remember this girl who was taking selfies at the beginning of the movie? She is Lex's girlfriend, and she is sitting on Lex with this guy who works in the exact same place as Clark Kent. So guess what he did? He uses her as a source of information to expose Lex. He was able to get the lead that Superman is being held in the pocket dimension. So Lois went to the Justice Gang for help, but Ballcut, Green Lantern here, and Hot Girl refused. So Mr. Terrific was the only real ass nigga here who offered to help Lois Lane get Superman. Now back to the pocket dimension. Now I forgot to say it, but there's a war between the US and Baravia. Superman tried to stop the war, but the government didn't like it because he was working out of government jurisdiction. Not knowing Lex is funding the entire war, supporting the president of Baravia. He brought him to spectate the imprisonment of Superman. And remember this man who I told you to keep in mind in the beginning of the show? Lex Luthor captured this man and brought him before Superman for torture interrogation. This bald dude played Russian roulette with this man and had him on the second shot. Yeah, this man be wildin', bro. Outside, Mr. Terrific landed at the entrance with Lois Lane, and these niggas were on site. Pulled up the first John Terrific. Now pip game. He makes a force field to block the bullets and dives out. Gave this dude a left for warm up. They flying as he uses his terrific balls to fling these dudes up in the sky. Had one deck this dude from the back of the dome. Triple headshot to the flick in the sky. Turns to dodge the hook to the grab and stay there. Breaks the neck of this dude. Triple kill in the sky. Send this guy to November. Trip this guy from behind that shot. I don't know what this guy was gonna do with this board. Walks up his swag, left hook to the drop, and that balls are going to work in the sky. Check the left to the right, and this guy had it the worst. He hits him in the back of the neck to stand him, hits him in the back again to raise him, and one more to the face to drop him. And that right there is aura, pure aura. He hits this move because why not? The shorty is there, gotta make sure to farm more to gain more. And this niggas made a mistake to line up perfectly. So he hits the flick, 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 flick. And that right there was job well done. The Element Man came to his senses and decided to help Superman out because they were keeping his son. That's how he kept him hostage. Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane managed to enter into the pocket dimension, and Mr. Terrific sent in his balls for scouting. The Element Man made a miniature sun that helped Superman healed, break out of the prison and save his son. Found Crypto and saved him because why not? They tried to escape, but Superman gets snatched midway. Superman trying his best not to let the kid drown in that Proton River. They were trying to kill him because apparently Superman has not been escaped to the Yellow Sun yet, and he's still weak. Crypto came in for the save, grabbing this man on the back of the neck and shrinking his ass. They almost get stuck into a black hole until Superman uses his breath to blow them out and escape a black hole. A freaking black hole. Not gonna lie, dude, this is the best feat of live action Superman. You can't tell me otherwise. Mr. Terrific found them and name banded to escape the pocket dimension narrowly. We come back to Lex Luthor and this man is tweaking. You can see the veins popping out of this man's head. Like, damn, it's that deep. And because he tweaked that, he threw a pencil to hit his girlfriend. Just a pencil. And this girl lost it. Do you remember the selfies this girl was taking in every single background of scene she was in? Pencils was taking the pictures of maps, letters, evidence that's going Lex Luthor. So because of a pencil, she contacted her teaching partner and sent him all the evidence they needed to take down Lex Luthor. Superman was taken to his home for him to heal and she, home sweet home. And let's get back to Lex. This man is angry and obsessed enough for him to override the security protocols of all the dimensional rifts and tear through the fabric of the earth in order to get Superman out. After Superman was healed the next morning, he got some pep talk from his father that with great power comes with great responsibility type shit. Now the ongoing war in Baravia was getting intense, so they lifted up a flag to call upon their savior, their messiah, the Giga-Chat aura farmer, Superman, to come to their aid. So Superman, being the all-hearing father he is, decided to go to their aid until Mr. Terrific interrupted him, told him to come to the city ASAP. Now the rift is getting close, destroying the entire city and shit. It even got to the point where it divided Lex Corp into two. And this dude didn't even care about his Jordan. He just hit the eject, transformed the entire control room into a raft and just flew away. The collapsing city almost crushed this woman with a fallen building until Superman came for the save. And that is a justified aura farmer right there. Superman linked up with Mr. Terrific and trying to devise a plan until the nanotech skinny bitch and Ultraman came in, dragged Superman's face across the building for extra points and sent them crashing into a stadium. And just like that, Terrific was out for the time being. Now it's time to jump him. Both zooms in, Ultraman tackles Superman. Superman gets his bearings and drops him. Now Engineer checks his blades. Yes, the skinny bitch is called Engineer. She checks the blade and Superman weaves it and backhands one away. She tackles Superman, dragging him across the ground, trying to rip his face off. Superman lays his head, but he puts on the mask to block it. He makes the reverse and pins on the ground. Now here is where I want to get your attention. Superman tried to ring them to the lights, but he gets punched at the back of the head instead. So guess what he did? Use a person's body as a weapon. Trust me, this is how this man be moving when he realizes you can take a punch. Ultraman tackles him to the ground, lifts him by the leg and flies him into the air. Engineer saw the opportunity, so he hit the Call of Duty slide cancel, popped up and waited for the sound. Ultraman bisected Superman's legs and gave him one for the generations. As he goes down, Engineer blasts him and sent him tumbling. Now Superman is slammed and let's give the command to fill his lungs with nanites. Now look at the glazed joy in the eyes of this man as Superman suffers to even breathe there. Superman then takes off in the sky as Ultraman and Engineer tails him. They catch up, but Superman flies into space and dives down, dropping them in max speed and crash landing. And with that, Engineer was out. Superman gets up as Ultraman emerges from the ground, and with the mask off, we get to see the face of the... Wow. It all makes sense. Ultraman was a clone of Superman. That was why he was able to get inside the Fortress of Solitude in the first place. He lasers him and flies for the attack. Headbutt to the punch. A hook to turn him upside down. 2 punches to the face. He gonna break him back up. A right and a kick. Got his man Gib because he's the one pushing all the buttons. On the other hand, what was going on because the Messiah was being pummeled to death. We cut back to see Superman in a tight chokehold. As the rip gun near, Superman breaks his fingers. Got him screaming. He gonna dodge the right and a headbutt to the face. Superman tackles him and flies him up. Gave him 2 punches for good measure and launched him into a building. Now let's cut back to the wall as this kid kept praying. But Superman didn't show up, so the Justice Gang did. Took care of things immediately. Oh look, our guy is back. Hot girl infiltrates the president's office and smashing heads. Kidnapped the president and blew him out of the window. This guy talking about something, you're not going to kill me. But this Merc told us everything we had to know. Drops his ass and he just got off screen. Now let's cut back to Superman. Ultraman wields the punch, grabs him at the back and flies him out. Sent them right down straight to the river. He pins him down and starts lasering him in his eyes. And I love the dedication and hate of this man Lex Luthor as he hits the one day, like damn. Superman realizing he has a war body, he makes the ultimate call. Crypto for the save. Crypto flies in and crashes Ultraman to pregnant. He got up and told Crypto to go after the devices they use in controlling Ultraman. Superman flies in and decks him. As Crypto kept on chewing the toys, they continued. Box had them tripping in the control room. Weave right had him flying. Superman flies, grabs him and smacks him with it and came in for the down slam. He charging again, dodging the beam and landing it right to the dome, grabbing his legs to fling him and breaking his neck in the process. And right now Superman is going overboard because this man can take a punch. Another justified or farming. Lex sent in a small army called the Raptors to help finish the job. But peep game, Superman flies up, Crypto with the assist right to the face. Have this man's teeth all over my screen. I do not want to see that. He continues smacking them. They try to crumple him up, but he hits the spin of doom, releasing himself from the crumple. Child, let's flick the symbol real quick. He spins around, lasering every single one in sight, dropping these niggas like flies. But Sora going interrupted when Ultraman swoops in again. He sends him inside the rift, crashing right next to the black hole. Superman throws a left that got grabbed and placed into a lock. Peeps a falling buzz which is being sucked into a black hole. Now to free himself, he dislocates his own arm, swings Ultraman and crashes him into the bus, sending him down the black hole, marking the end of Superman's clone Ultraman. Mr. Incredible, Mr. Terrific prompted Superman they have to go and stop the rift before it gets out of hand. So they make their way into the control room. Now peep my guy flying on Crypto's back. Let's try to run away because he saw Superman coming, but he goes through that check into the corner. Mr. Terrific landed with the swag and made them understand.
I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific.
He closed the rift and Superman went on a rant about how he's human and shit, but trust me, we gon' get it. Like, go off or some shit. Lex ended up getting arrested and Superman went in for some of that cool. And yeah, that was the end of the movie, Superman Legacy. Oh yeah, and I told you I will explain to you why finding a dog was very important, right? This is Kara-Zor-El, Superman's little sister. And the dog is in full custody of her. Only people with little sisters will understand what I'm talking about. Look, if you tear the arm of your little sister's teddy bear, it will be war. So imagine if she came and she realizes that Crypto was gone. Let's go would have come down that exact same day. So get who she asked for the first minute she landed on it.
Where is my dog?
Yep, that's raps. That's the end of the video, y'all. Now always remember, happy yourself, because if you don't, no one will be happy for you. Like and subscribe, you feel me? See you in the next one. Peace.
And I was running far away.